Hey everybody, I just wanted to give an update. I haven't given an update in a while, so got some things going on. Angela and I are driving right now. Can't see her because the sun behind her, but here's the update. So it's been a little over a year since I got sick in Vietnam. It's been about 9 or 10 months since I got back to the United States. And since then I have been in and out of doctors a ton. Some weeks 4 or 5 doctor appointments. It's just been a part-time job. Constantly taking care of this stuff. Kind of recently, around the turn of this year, just realized that I'm kind of at a loggerhead with my medical progression. I was waiting until I was off certain medications to have some surgeries so that I could take care of the blockage, take care of an occlusion that would then allow me to move ahead, hopefully. Just like an update, so I was put on the transplant list in University of Alabama Medical Center, but I'm inactive because I need the surgery first to even be considered. And my doctors are on hold with the surgery because of the infection I picked up in Vietnam that is still in my system. It's multi antibiotic resistance. I forget exactly what the term is, but there's no known antibiotic for this thing. It's much more severe to have it in Southeast Asia than it is the United States, but it's kind of in my system, colonized, even when it's not active. And they're afraid surgery would cause it to activate, which can make me sepsis, which could kill me. And something that they don't really want to take a chance on doing. So kind of being stuck with that. I think I've said before in some other written posts, I'm kind of like, I can't take care of A because of B, and I can't take care of B because of C, and I can't take care of C because of A. And so kind of came to a point of needed to think a different way of doing things. And after a ton of research, decided to check out the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. And that's where we're headed today right now, as we're heading to Rochester. We're about a little over halfway there. We're in Illinois right now, in the middle somewhere, and hoping to get to Rochester maybe Sunday night, Monday morning. We check in a place called the Gift of Life Transplant House that's for people who are just in the transplant process. And then I start seeing doctors and having tests done and scans done and blah, blah, blah. I've got 14 appointments in 5 business days. Basically, there's a weekend in the middle there, but 14 different appointments in that period of time with different specialties from nephrology, urology, cardiology, and one of the most important ones I want to talk to is an infectious disease specialist. And Mayo Clinic tends to be in the United States probably the #1 place, or one of the #1 places for that. And the reason I wanted to do Mayo Clinic was because all my doctors where I am are really good, but they're all very disjointed, and I have had to become the person not only who advocates for myself, which I should be that person, but I have to be the person that coordinates communication between the different doctors. And there is so much, there are so many moving pieces. This is so far beyond my ability to understand all this that I don't need to be that guy. So decided to go to Mayo because the thing that sets them apart is they're really kind of a team approach. So I will see all these specialists, and then they will come together and consult and come up with what they think the plan should be. So the bottom line is, when I leave here in a couple weeks, my goal is to either A, have a path forward, how to do surgeries, how to move ahead, how to get the infection, what's called Pseudomonas aeruginosa, how to get that contained somehow, or since it's not really curable, although there are some things going on in the medical profession that they're trying different things, trying to figure out a cure for it. And then to be able to move ahead and to go back on the transplant list. I have a couple people who have said that they would like to be considered for a donor, so that's great. But first I got to see if I can even have a transplant. And option B would be, they would say there's really nothing we can do. And then at that point it is deciding, how do I live my life going forward? What do I want to do with the rest of my life? knowing that, not that I have a limited time. My nephrologist said unless I have, even though my kidney function is only about 15, 16%, 17%, that I've stabilized and that I could go another 5 or 6 years before needing dialysis. So the idea is to get what's called a preemptive transplant to avoid having to go on dialysis, and that seems to be the healthiest option if possible. So just trying to figure that out. Next steps, or is my life in the future, near future, over the next year or so going to be how to progress medically, to get healthier, to get to a point where I could possibly do a kidney transplant? Or is it figuring out my situation's probably not going to improve much, and then what do I do with that, and figuring all of that out. Good thing is, a couple of my kids and one of their wives, one of their girlfriends, they live within about 2.5 hours of Rochester, so I'm going to get to see them, and I'm excited about that. But I just wanted to fill you guys in. Sorry, it's kind of a long post, but that's what's happening. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and I don't know why we're leaving 70-degree weather to drive up to 29-degree weather, except that's where the Mayo Clinic is. So that's what we got to do. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks for checking in. Sorry it's been so long. A few of you have reached out and asked for updates, and I keep saying I'll do something. I'll post something soon, but this is it. Okay, and maybe I'll do some more updates while we're there. Thanks a lot.